May I come in, sir?
Yes, please do.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Please
sir.
take your seat. You're Mr. Himanshu Raj.
Yes, sir.
Himanshu, you're comfortable in English
Yes, sir.
and you're vaccinated,
Yes, sir.
both doses,
Both doses.
and you're not having any symptoms right now.
No, sir.
Then please remove your mask.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Himanshu, let us start the conversation with an introduction of yours. I want you to introduce yourself without naming, without giving your name or caste, your identity, or the community you're coming from.
Sir, I have done my schooling till class 10th from Sainik School, Nalanda. Thereafter, I have studied till class 12th from Sadar Alam Memorial School in Bihar Sharif. After that, I have graduated from IIT Roorkee in electrical engineering in 2020. And currently, I am working as a software developer at Samsung Research Institute, Delhi. And my hobbies are teaching and traveling.
You are at the Software Research Institute
Yes, sir.
of Samsung.
Yes, sir.
It's a R&D facility of
Yes, sir.
Samsung. You're an IIT graduate and you're into almost the core field. You're at least in the technical field and you're in the research and development. I see everything motivating here, except the fact that I cannot understand that why are you here?
So the thing is, sir, from the background
You're
that...
just what? You were born in 98.
Yes, sir.
You recently graduated.
Yes, sir.
I don't see any reason why you should be that demotivated, disheartened that you'll start aspiring to become a civil servant in Bihar. Well, you're already sitting at Samsung Research Institute.
Sir, what you said, sir, that is the only answer to the question that you said, sir. That Bihar is a very challenging place, and the thing is, sir, from the background that I have risen up, I have seen many boys are there, many children are there who are still deprived of the facilities that I received. Though I qualified Sainik schools, that made a lot of difference in my life, but those boys and those girls are still deprived of many facilities, and if I join the service, I can seriously add value to the life of those individuals.
This yada yada hi dharmasya thing, that everybody else is incapable, you just are an avatar of some Lord Vishnu to find a cure of all things. But life is different. Life is not that literary actually. I'm asking the pure career terms. You're using best of your abilities at a place where you are, and where you're trying to reach, there you'll have to find ways. Sometimes you'll be able to, sometimes you'll not be able to use these skills. So why not continue in your current job and contribute to the humankind, and a part of it will reach to the people you want it to reach.
Sir, I think a bit differently, sir. Means whatever you said is correct from one perspective, but the perspective through which I see the challenges over there, sir. And the thing is ki I better know the problems that are lying over there at my place. And sir, since if I will be joining the services, I will be using all, because I have been to different places, and I have the experiences. I have experienced everything. So I think I would serve my people better.
Anyways, you've taken mathematics as your option.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, why is it so that the Indian mathematicians are not making the kind of mark they're supposed to make, considering that mathematics is one subject that does not require that kind of an infrastructure, as we say for the physics or the chemistry or other places. But still, our mark in the world of mathematics is not that deep as it should be. The only thing mathematics require primarily is the human resource, and that we have plenty.
Yes, sir. So the thing is, there is problem over here. The problem over here that I can find is the general population of this country is seeking for job. They are not going in the research field, and the infrastructure in the research field over here is not that great. So I think that is the main reason for that.
So why do we, what kind of infrastructure we do require? I understand that computational mathematics may require some huge infrastructure, but a lot of theoretical mathematics and other branches of mathematics can do with a good enough computer and a normal, a good brain.
Sir, as far as I can think, sir, there were certain mathematicians who have contributed, Indian mathematicians who have contributed in this field also. We can take the example of Ramanujan, and if we go in the ancient history, there are so many. But right now, the crisis is that we are not keeping the pace with the
What exactly is the difference between this Fields Medal and the Abel Prize?
Sir, Fields Medal is given in, I think, it is not given every year. It is given in some 3 or 4 years, and it was given, I think, on the name of some mathematician, Norwegian mathematician, some Field. I do not exactly remember the first name, but his surname was Field, and the Abel Prize is given every year, and there is no age criteria in Abel Prize, but there is age criteria in the Fields Medal.
Name 3 mathematicians of India which you believe can someday receive these awards.
Sir, right now, sir, I cannot recall any names.
Anyways, thank you, ma'am.
Himanshu.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have studied from Sainik School.
Yes, ma'am.
How is it different from other schools?
Ma'am, the thing at Sainik School is that it not only deals with the academic thing, it also deals with your extra co-curricular and co-curricular activities. It involves from the day starts at 5 a.m. and it ends at 11 o'clock, and at every time the teacher accompanies you. It is quite like your parents are there with you all the time. Means from in classroom you will see the same teacher, and in the fields also you will see the same teacher.
Okay. And the values that they give you?
So, ma'am, generally over there we are prepared for the defense services, but the thing.
Okay. So recently there was a policy by central government to put around like 100 more Sainik schools. So how many Sainik schools for Bihar?
Ma'am, I think one is there at Samastipur. In the recent proposal, one is proposed at Samastipur, and two are already there in Bihar. One at Nalanda and other at Gopalganj.
Isn't it too low a proportion, looking at the population of Bihar?
Ma'am, I think it is too low in number, because, ma'am, in Bihar we need such type of residential schools, because over there the fee is not that great, and the boys who are capable enough do get the resources to flourish over there.
Very right. So tell me, how was the COVID management of Bihar?
Ma'am, during COVID time, ma'am, the thing was key for the migrants one. The Bihar government has provided those who were stranded somewhere else. They were given some 1,000 rupee for the month for their, and this Garib Kalyan Yojana was implemented quite successfully in Bihar, ma'am. And the impact of COVID was not that much seen in the villages, but it was seen in the city areas, where the hospitals were flooded with patients. And the worst part was that in Bihar the hospital infrastructure is not that great. So and people did not have that much money also to afford the treatment. Yes, ma'am.
So why this discrepancy that people of villages were not affected that much while urban crowds were affected?
I think, ma'am, in village, means I come from village, I do see that even in the basic chai, tea, what we drink over there in village, they put some local stuffs, means which are quite natural in nature. So I think that had an impact, and people generally used to go for walk in the village, and they used to maintain the daily hygiene in the village. So I think that was the major reason. And also there is not that much crowded location in the village over and
very right.
Ventilation was also a major issue.
Very right. So you are from Nalanda.
Yes, ma'am.
And what were the other universities in India apart from Nalanda?
Ma'am, Vikramshila was there, Takshila was there, ma'am, and Jagdalpuri, that is in Bangladesh, it was there, ma'am, and one Sompuri was there, and one more in Bihar was Udyantpuri in Bihar Sharif was there.
So can you compare Nalanda with Takshila?
Ma'am, it the two universities were quite, means not quite different, but I would say ki they were located at different places. One was Takshila was Mauryan era university, and this one was uh, Gupta era university. The best thing at Nalanda University was it was I believe it was a place of religious tolerance where generally Mahayana Buddhism was taught, but the thing was ki it was a mix. The main teacher was from Kanjivaram, Rahul Sri. I exactly do not remember his name, but he was from Kanjivaram, and you can see that foreigners also used to come, and the thing was ki the teacher and students used to study together. And I do not know much about Takshila, how that goes.
Okay, no issue. Tell me, what is the main motivation? So you will be having problems with salary, so your salary will be reduced
Yes, ma'am.
greatly. Your comforts will be reduced. You are like living in an urban area, and once you get selected, so you will be posted in a very remote area.
Yes, ma'am.
So how will you and your family adjust?
And the thing is key, I have made this choice by my own, and I think my family will be the salary that I will be getting will be enough for me to have a good subsistence. Not that I won't be having that much great savings, but it will have certain means I will be able to live. But the thing was, the prime motivation for me to join this job is that I can add values, and I can make amend to the life of those who are living on the edges. Seriously, I can make.
That you can do with your private job also, no?
Ma'am, I think with the advent of technology, I think the technology has also widened the disparity among the individuals, ma'am. It is not that the fruit of technology benefits everyone in equal manner, though it improves standard of living of many, but the thing is quality of life does not increase, because I think poverty and all things are relative, very much relative in
Okay.
nature.
So my last question to you, tell me, what does Bihar lack? Resources or civil servants?
Ma'am, Bihar has certain intrinsic problems and certain problems that are due to governance issue, I think. So the civil service resource, Bihar, I do not think Bihar lacks resources, because we have a good network of rivers. So the agriculture sector, we can really boast of good agriculture sector, but we have really not leveraged that one to good effect. And the human capital is there, but the thing is ki we have still not made that much good infrastructures over there to reap the good
Okay.
demographic dividend over
Okay.
there.
Thank you so much, Himanshu.
Thank you, ma'am.
Himanshu,
Yes, sir.
what is the difference between refugee and illegal migrant?
So refugee are those, suppose in certain countries there is some crisis is there, so means they are thrown out of their countries, means certain situations occur, so they seek refuge in some other countries, so they are refugee. And illegal migrants are those who come without, and there is a Vienna Convention to govern that refugee, and no country can means there is that protocol that no country can refuse to accept a refugee. But the thing is ki with illegal migrants, they cross the border illegally, either I do not know their motivation, but generally their motivation is to do some unsocial activities.
To do unsocial activities. Okay. Okay. What are the rules regarding refugee in India?
Sir, I do not know, sir.
I don't know. Is India a signatory of Vienna Convention of Refugees?
Sir, means I do not exactly remember, but as far as I can remember, I think no, India is not a signatory.
Okay. Okay. Do you know about the crisis situation of the Sri Lanka?
Yes, sir.
What are the major reason of the crisis?
So it is basically due to the balance of payment crisis. The thing is, the Sri Lankan government has taken loans for everything from be it Hambantota port, and be it from they have taken loans after loans in order to comply with the fiscal deficit of that country. And the thing is, the COVID thing happened, so the tourism industry, that was a major flourishing industry over there, that did not gave a good output, and the thing is ki they employed heavy money in the health infrastructure during COVID, and after coming to power due to some populist policy, Mahinda Rajapaksa and Gotabaya Rajapaksa, they announced some freebies, and that also did not help their cause, and the fiscal deficit of that country went downhill. And so India has sought to help them by currency swap agreement and some loans.
Okay. I see that India is helping Sri Lanka, and in many other countries, India is giving loans or even grants. Yeah. We have lot of challenges. India itself is have lots of difficulties and challenges. So why we are providing loans and grants to other countries? It is better to invest in that loans and grants to in our country and develop the infrastructure and create some employment.
There is strategic reason for it, sir. The thing is, China is also helping Sri Lanka. So India is also helping Sri Lanka, because if China is helping Sri Lanka in order to counter China,
only about the Sri Lanka.
Yes,
it is about all other neighbors as well, other countries as well.
Sir, the thing is, sir, as a nation, we can flourish if the entire world flourishes. Means we generally India believes in that philosophy. So suppose if because the effect of any country going down will be seen in all the countries. So even if we see the Sri Lanka crisis only, if suppose India does not help, the refugee problem will be there for India also, because they will seek refuge in India if the country situation does not go good. So for that sake, and even for that sake, India is helping other countries, and we are generally in South Asia. We are seen as a very good power, means very powerful nation. So in order, we are also seeking United Nations Security Council seats. So in order to be recognized as a emerging power, we need to do all those activities.
What is Never First policy?
So Never First policy is basically to give primacy to the neighboring countries, maritime neighbors and land bordering neighbors.
Okay. Name the one country do you think this Never First policy will not work? Yeah, it will not become successful in that country. Yeah, with that country.
I think we can say about Pakistan, but the thing is that in long run we do not know, because the policy for Pakistan we can say
Pakistan
and China also.
You think if with Pakistan our relation will not be settled down
I believe as well. I am in favor of settling down of relations, sir, because there is a huge amount of money that goes into the army and all those things, which is means not producing any result. Means they are producing result in a sense that is not an economic activity, I believe. So if the relationship of India and Pakistan becomes better, it will be not only better for our country, it will be better for them. But the thing is, there are political thing.
If India and Pakistan is doing something in that direction to improve the relation.
Yes, sir.
At present, whether India and Pakistan is doing something to improve the relation.
Sir, recently, I do not see in recent past something.
Okay, Himanshu. Himanshu, you mentioned that you like teaching.
Yes, sir.
And you also mentioned about your sensitivities about the young children. If you look at the new education policy,
yes,
tell me what exactly is going to be its impact on states like Bihar?
Sir, the thing is in Bihar, sir, till class, if you go to the government schools in Bihar, sir, you will find that till class 8, if a boy is in class 8, but he does not means, I'm not saying that in every school it is there, but they do not know the basic numeracy. So with coming in of this policy, sir, it will not only, because Anganwadi will be linked to the government schools, so the basic education of the small children will improve. And the thing is ki it will also provide job, job orientation is there, means it will job orientation is there, means internship is also there for, means technical skills will also be imparted in the school, so that will
What radical change in the structure and access to education will take place because of the NEP in Bihar?
Sir, the thing is ki Anganwadi will be linked to the government schools,
So neither Anganwadis are actually functional to that extent, and school you just told are in a miserable state.
Anganwadis are quite functional in Bihar. Means I have seen in my village that they generally go, if the small kid are not going to Anganwadi centers, they generally go over there and take their son and at least make him sit over there. So Anganwadi is quite functional in bringing them back to school, I think.
My concern was the things like the common entrance examination for the central universities. Nowadays, despite everything, Bihar students are able to get into central universities despite whatever limitations they have.
Yes.
With coming up of this examination, which will be a common examination like NEET and say JEE thing, it will become equally difficult, like in the same manner as JEE and NEET has made things difficult for underprivileged children of the country. Don't you think that it's going to be a barrier?
So with the common entrance exam, sir, I think the coaching culture will increase to some extent, and there is lot of means the poverty level in Bihar is quite high. So over there, the thing is we can add, means we can take the help of NGOs in imparting the education to those children. And since digital education right now, this is the world of digital education, so we can easily provide digital education over there. All that we need is, there is lot of land in Bihar, so all that we need is a building, and we can easily through a projector, and if some teachers, there are many who wish to serve in the village, so if they are ready, so we can also make arrangements such that those children will also get the education. Those who are
you also mentioned that you like traveling and you studied from IIT Roorkee.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me 3 important tracks within 200-kilometer radius of Roorkee.
Sir, Kedarkant I have went, sir. Roopkund trek I have been, and Bhimtal trek I have been, sir.
Okay. But when we talk about Roopkund, it is generally said that the skeleton and the skull, etc., found there has to do with some tragedy. What was your take?
Sir, I think it was in pre-independence era that we found the skeletons of many person over there. We found, but I do not exactly know the reason. There are some legends of the local legends regarding that, but I do not know, sir.
Anyway, Himanshu, nice talking to you. Your interview is over. You can go now.
Thank you, sir.
Take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Himanshu, you have appeared for UPSC or?
Sir, I have still not appeared for UPSC, sir.
You'll be appearing this time?
Sir, means I'm in job, sir, so means I did not get time to study, sir. Means it is quite a hectic job, sir.
Okay. And your interview is on 7th of June?
17th, sir.
Okay, 17th. So you still have some days.
Yes.
You're happy with your performance today, or you believe that it can be a bit better?
Sir, I think it can be a lot better, sir, because I thought, means I was shivering, means I have seen you all on YouTubes and all, so it was a bit nervousness for me. Means I didn't feel like that.
Even if there was some nervousness, it was not really visible from this side, so don't worry about it. And this much nervousness is good. If it is not visible and it's not hampering the communication, don't worry about it. See, Himanshu, overall, you're a very good candidate. In fact, my assessment is that BPSC is not a place for you. You should actually be in the UPSC thing. You have that kind of a caliber if you go by my assessment. But let us not talk about it. Talk about what is the task in hand. So, as far as this interview is concerned, generally you're very good. I mean, I do have a few concerns of mine. I'll be sharing it. But overall, your background is good. Your personality is good. your walk-in is good, your bubble communication is definitely very good. There are a few things you can improve, but overall it's good. And your sitting posture is good. Your voice level, there may be sometime it appears the speed become a little higher, and volume, if you raise it by 15-20%, the effectiveness will increase. I'm not at all suggesting that there is any voice clarity issue. You are clearly audible, but effectiveness will increase if you raise your volume a bit and reduce your speed by 10%.
Okay.
That's my assessment, right? Otherwise, in general, your hand movement is restricted, your eye contact was good, the flow was very good. So you don't have to worry about it. The volume thing you have to take care of. Concerns, as I said, is one, you're very fluent in English and in general you're good at it. And that may actually lead to a situation in Bihar where you'll be having this interview entirely in Hindi. Right?
Yes, sir.
And be prepared for that.
Sir, I'm comfortable in Hindi as well.
I just wanted to add Hindi in between, but since the conversation was very good, I didn't want to interrupt just to test one thing. So if you're comfortable having the entire conversation in Hindi as well, be prepared for that. But I'm not saying that you should be doing it. Don't do it yourself.
Okay, sir.
But if they want you to speak in Hindi, please do. So, and you're saying that you're okay with that. And other advice, small advice is maybe a little restructuring your answer sometime will reduce the total answer. Sometimes the answers are getting little longish.
Okay, sir.
So you can avoid that part.
Okay, sir.
So you can have the structure a little better or maybe a little shorter answers. See, there's no rule which suggests how long an answer should be. So that's why it's a dynamic process. You have to judge the eyes of the board member, whether there's still some thirst left or the board member have received what he or she wanted.
Okay, sir.
The moment that is done, you can close your answer.
Okay,
That's
sir.
the general thing. So you can work on that. Other things, we are definitely impressed. Most things you're doing are right. And you're able to have even in the initial hostile line of questioning was there when the very purpose was being questioned. You were able to handle that and I'm happy about it. So I'm sure you'll do very good. Right? All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.